Hello. So, to make mini books, you will need printed copies of the books you want to make. I used the Story Ain't Over's template on Canva that's linked below. You'll also need a ruler, a pencil, an X-Acto knife, some form of glue. We have different kinds. This one, Pritt and Press Stick were my options. Then you also need a scissor. Mine is very, very wonky. Don't know how she think that was going to work. And then this delusional woman thought that she was going to be listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl's 5th book, The Butcher's Masquerade, while filming this. That did not happen. That did not even happen at all. And then the most important part is the foam board. I have a 3mm foam board, so that's the thickness. And as you can see, it is a little bit damaged. And because of the thickness, I did have to adjust the size of the Canva template to make them work for the covers I printed. Then you'll also need a jar to store your mini books in. Step 1, we are going to be cutting all of these books, but this little crazy girl realized that these scissors aren't going to work. Now we have proper scissors. Let's go. Immediately when starting this project, I didn't even try to listen to the audiobook. I have now since finished The Butcher's Masquerade, by the way. 4 stars. As you can see here, I was watching Dan and Phil's podcast episode, but after that, somehow, I got involved in F1. I was looking for fanfiction, and I happened upon an F1 fanfiction, which is funny because I don't ever really read real person fiction. I think this is ironic, considering the fact that I'm watching a Dan and Phil video, and they famously have had a lot of fanfiction written about them. But yeah, so I don't really read real person fanfiction ever, but this somehow worked. I think because I didn't know them. Yeah, it took me half an hour to finish one page. You will see me freak out about all of the books multiple times during this video. I still love them. I had 9 pages left now that I still needed to cut. My method was clearly not working, so I tried a little bit something different. Don't worry, I cleaned the jar before putting the books in. So yeah, this was another page worth of books. I think after this point is when I changed the way that I was cutting them. I started cutting them into vertical strips, and then from there cutting off the books into the jar. I think it went a lot quicker that way, instead of having to focus individually on every single book. This worked out a lot better. I had a lot of scrap paper left after this, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I stuffed it into an old sock to play with my cat. He was kind of interested, but I'm still getting him to not freak out. So I finished all the pages, as you can see, and this is where I was in my Formula 1 era. This is where it officially started. I was watching the Drive to Survive Netflix show, but I do know that it is a bit dramatized. So if anyone has any recommendations for other recap series, whether that's a YouTube series, a podcast, let me know.
Doesn't come to a Grand Prix weekend. Always visualize winning. Grace, win. So you will be close to Ericsson. You go into that positions to try and put on a good show.
I'm kind of glad I did start the F1 during this because I have essentially immortalized my spiral into F1 because it's been like 2 weeks since I started this project and I am still going strong with the F1. I by now have a favorite driver. I shall reveal that later. But I am still getting to know everyone and getting to know all the rules, the regulations. It's kind of a lot, but it's been really fun finding everything out. Okay, we are done. Everything's now inside. This is the last one. So I will be measuring the dimensions of the cover so that I know how much to make. I think that they should all be the same. I might just double check with one or two others, but then I know the dimensions that you're in my light, love. Then I know the dimensions I will need to be cutting with the foam board. That is the one I'm kind of the most skeptical about, mostly just because it is with an X-Acto knife and I'm not exactly sure what my skill level is with an X-Acto knife. Okay, so we're on 2.4 by about 3.6. This one has the same dimensions, 2.4 by 3.6. This one is a millimeter longer on both sides. I'm wondering if it might just be excess, but I think I'm going to cut all of the blocks as small as these ones so that even if there's a little bit of an excess, it should be fine because the cover will kind of go over it. Let's hope for the best. It fits, but now the question is, what glue are we going to use? Because I don't want to really mess it up, because if I mess it up, I only have one of these. Like, I only have one of each of these, so picking the right glue is crucial. Actually, I might be able to test this. So the 3 glue options we have: press stick, this is like a worst case last scenario, normal just Pritz, and then I also have this like Crazy Crafts glue. It's just like basically works like Tipex, but it's glue. So, and then I'm not sure how much it will hold. Okay, it holds. Let's do this tester. Okay, this is now with the Pritz. I'll let that dry. Okay, so we have our 2 testers. Okay, so while that was drying, I was able to get 15 mini books out of a single stroke. But as you can see, my X-Acto knife skills aren't really that great. Like, it's kind of distorted the foam at a lot of the spots. I don't know, but this was my first book. I started using the kind of Tipex-like glue, the one that you kind of, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks a little bit ugly if you look at the details, to be fair, but it works, honestly, and I'm quite happy with it. So here you'll see how I kind of put the glue. So I always put 1 or 2 strokes down where the spine is supposed to be, and then one across the body. And then I did 2 strokes on either side of the foam board just to try and cover as much as I could. I didn't want to use too much of this because I only have a limited amount. However, before I did glue them, I did fold the spines just so that it would look a little bit neater. And I don't think my measurements are quite right. But I was making progress at this point, but I still had quite a ways to go. There was a lot of books left. I started this project probably the Thursday before the Mexican Grand Prix, and I'm so glad I was able to catch it. I don't think most F1 races are this interesting, but a lot was happening, and I think it was just a fantastic way for me to get started with the F1 races. I'm so excited for the next one. Max Verstappen, my fave, made it to third, and Lando Norris did such a good job. Bro, he was in front of everyone the entire time. I could keep talking about it forever. Anyways, there were 2 books, We Used to Live Here and If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English, that I had read by this point. I printed these quite a while ago. I was very slowly building up my supplies for this project. The foam board probably sat in my car for forever. I think literally a month, maybe 2. Halfway, I think. I don't know. Like I counted yesterday, there were 81 books left, from which I have now made 9. So we have 72 left that I need to make. I'm still deciding if I want to make the ones that I've already read. I kind of maybe want to make this one, We Used to Live Here, because I recently read this and this was 5 stars. So having because I don't have a actual physical copy, so having a mini copy of a 5-star would be fun, and I can pop it in somewhere there. Kind of in the I want to keep watching F1 because that's kind of what I've been doing every time I've sat down, is just watch F1, but I don't have Wi-Fi at the moment, so I'm just watching I'm watching Becca's Shelve It or Scrap It series episode 16 because I have it downloaded. I have a few other YouTube videos downloaded, but the thing is I am going to have to overnight at my job for 2 nights. I'm not sure if I'm going to take this project with me, so ultimately I'm going to have to try and see if I can finish it, not really finish it, but try and get as far as I can with this project while I have the time, because otherwise this is going to take even longer than I anticipated. But look at how cute they are, bro. It's fucking adorable. I love it. Oh, she Nunu cookie. But anyway, so I'm having much fun. There is, oh fuck, I tried sharpening this thing, right? I think I made it worse. I think it's we have a knife sharpener and I tried to sharpen it with that and it just, oof. I think I've just made it worse. So yeah, at least it still cuts. It's just, yeah. Oh, they're so precious. They're so precious. Look at it. Some of the colors didn't come out properly, but that's for very few of them actually. Which one was it? The Loveless book. I think that's the complete wrong shade of purple. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, I'll see you in the voiceover later. I don't know what I'm gonna what future me is talking with you about, but hopefully it's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be talking about glue and a little bit of F1, so depends on if it's interesting to you. So I started using Prit at this point, so I'll be able to see long term now which glue was the better choice. What we'll see. The Prit was just, however, very, very messy, so I had to start doing this thing where I glued it on my fingers like this, just to keep some of the glue off my desk. And then I tried to hide the ugly side of the foam board, like where I was cutting and it just turned out to be not as pretty. I hid that within the spine. And then, yeah, final words before we leave. So the F1 thing, it's kind of become an obsession. It's my wallpaper now, and my Instagram is filled with F1 memes and F1 clips and F1 recaps, and it's going a bit crazy. I'm kind of making everyone else around me crazy because I keep talking about it, and now you, my lovely viewer, are the next victim. Max is my favorite so far. I'm still learning all of the other drivers and stuff, so yeah. But I really like him. I like his driving. I like his attitude. I like his honesty. So, and he has a banging fan chant, like Max Verstappen. The way that has sat in my head constantly, and I'm infecting everyone else around me with it as well. I went to the garage and I've been meaning to try Monster because I love Red Bull, but I saw the Lando Norris Monster because I was so overwhelmed by the choices of Monster, and this just made it so easy. It's very Mountain Dewy, and it's all right. I was able to get most of it done. I had about 20 little mini books left. I have finished it by now, and I'm so happy that I did this. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I hope I didn't bother anyone too much with the F1 nonsense, but I'll see you later. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!